Hey, in this video I'll be showing you how to write your very first line of code in Python. Now, Python is a very simple programming language. It is not difficult to learn, and it can even be taught to a 5-year-old kid. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So writing your very first line of code in Python is not hard. It is very easy. To write your very first line of code in Python, all you need to do is just to know how to use the print keyword. So let's say we want to print hello world onto the console as our very first line of code. This is all we just need to do. Print, then open parentheses, then double quotes, hello world, bit of typo there, hello world, and then close. That is how to write very first line of code. Then when you run this, it shows the results in a very short time, and run test.py hello world. Yeah, so that's just how to write the very first line of code. Let's say you want to print a number, you want to add two numbers. You can say print 2 plus 2 and close this. Now you can notice I didn't add the double quotes because double quotes are meant for indicating strings. These double quotes here, it's meant to indicate that this line of code is a string, while this part here is a number. So I'll be explaining data types in another video where we have number, booleans, strings, lists, and all other data types in Python. So now let's say you want to print this line of code, print 2 plus 2. Python is very smart, so what it does for you here is shows you the results in a very short time. Yeah, that's it. Python is very easy. That's how you write the very first line of code. So remember, when you want to type a text onto the console, you have to put the parentheses and close this up. Then you can say I am writing my very first
music licensing reimagined
line of code. Yeah, so that's just it. And when you run this, boom, you get your results. So this works on every Python code editor or every Python IDE like PyCharm, VS Code, and yeah, so it's Python. Writing a very first line of code is very easy. So if you haven't installed Python yet, I have a video. I'll link that in the description below, or put it somewhere up in the right hand corner, and that video explains how to install Python in your computer and get started in writing your very first line of code. So for all of that and more, I'll see you in the next video. So if you haven't installed Python yet, I have a video and I'll link that in the description, a video where I walk you through step by step on how to download and install Python in your computer. I also have a video where I show you how to install PyCharm and Funny. You can pick any IDE of your choice. The best IDE for Python is PyCharm. PyCharm is by far the best IDE. Then you can use VS Code, and probably you can use Atom and any other IDE of your choice or code editor of your choice, but PyCharm is by far the best IDE for Python. I have a link to a video in the description where I show you how to download and install PyCharm in your computer as a Python developer. You can check out the video, but make sure you download Python first. And yeah, so if you found this video useful, gently tap that like button. If you found this video useful, I'll be appreciated if you leave a like, and yes, subscribe, because I drop new Python tutorials every single day. So for all of that and more, I'll see you in the next video.